what are you doing investment-wise right now? I know that you said that you're out there still buying some real estate, a little bit more hesitant or a little bit pickier than maybe you were. What are you bullish on though right now?
So, the investing is a double-edged sword because on one hand, you could be buying at the peak, and the second end, if we see a crash, then cash can be very handy because then you can buy things at a discounted price. Now, it is impossible to time the market. It's impossible to know when a crash is going to happen. So when I invest, I just make sure the deals that I do are things that I want to believe in for the long term. So I invest in 5 places: real estate, stocks, businesses, crypto, and commodities. Real estate, I invest for cash flow. And, housing prices are higher, real estate prices are higher. It's harder to find, all types of real estate. But I'm just making sure that the deals that I do find are good and they have room for error. So if we do see an economic slowdown, I can still, we can lower rents and still be okay. So, I'm not overpaying. I'm not getting emotional, but I love real estate because I love being involved in my investments. I love the entrepreneurial side. I love renovating properties. I love kind of revitalizing areas. So I like real estate for that purpose. And it comes with cash flow. Second is stocks, because I believe in the American economy. We have a lot of issues, but I still believe that the American economy is the strongest economy in the world. And so I'm a big believer in that. There's 2 ways that I invest in stocks. I have a passive strategy where every week I invest my money into the market. And this is completely passive into ETFs. It gives me exposure to the general market. This happens whether the market's up or down. It just happens. And then I invest in individual companies. So I look for companies that I believe are undervalued that I want to invest in for the long term. This is where I'm doing research on companies and I'm studying them and trying to find something that I believe in and staying up to date on them. Then I invest in businesses. So obviously we have Minority Mindset, which is a company, but I also love investing in startups because I am an entrepreneur. I love working with entrepreneurs. I think entrepreneurs are necessary to save America. And I love the entrepreneurial mindset of wanting to change the world and wanting to improve the world. And I love getting behind that and helping people. And whether it's through my cash, my capital, or through my advisory services, whatever it is, I want to help entrepreneurs. I just love being around entrepreneurs. So I invest in startups and, high risk because most startups will fail, but there's also high potential for reward. So this is something that I do. It is more accessible now than ever, thanks to something called Regulation CF, Reg CF, which allows people to invest in startups through crowdfunding campaigns. This is not like Kickstarter where you're trying to pre-order a product. This is like, you have companies like WeFunder, Start Engine, and Republic, which allow you can invest in startup companies. And that's one place where you can go directly to startups. We have a lot of startups that reach out to us directly. So I love working with entrepreneurs, and I love innovation, and I love the whole side of things. Then cryptocurrency. This is the people's movement of money. That's what cryptocurrency is, where people are losing trust in the Fed. They're losing trust in the government. They're losing trust in the dollar. So they're trying to move away from that, from the bottom up. And they're switching to cryptocurrencies. And the interesting thing about crypto is it's not just a currency. It's the whole technology. I mean, it's a whole, obviously, one of the uses could be using crypto as a means of payment and exchange. But there is so much more to crypto. I mean, DeFi, which is decentralized finance, is a whole new industry of money, which is just happening and starting right in front of us. So there's opportunities for you to, if you want, you can invest in cryptocurrency, own cryptocurrency, you can earn interest on your cryptocurrency. And there are ways to, high risk options and low risk options. And there's things like stable coins, which don't really fluctuate, that you can earn interest on, kind of like, every DeFi account doesn't like when I say this. You're not supposed to say this, but it's kind of like a bank where you're supposed to earn interest on your savings because they lend your money out. But that's kind of what they're doing here is they lend out your crypto and you can earn interest on it. So there's a whole industry that's just growing and starting. Now, could we see a crash in crypto? Absolutely. I mean, we could see a 2001 style .com crash in cryptocurrency. It's possible, but that doesn't mean that there's no use for it. There's a lot of value in cryptocurrency. And some things could fail, but there's a lot of things that will be useful 10 years from now or 20 years from now. And then I have commodities. I invest in physical gold. I believe in the economy. I think we have the strongest economy in the world. but I own gold in case I'm wrong. You know, it's my insurance. It's my hedge. I don't look at it as an investment. I did an interview yesterday. Somebody was talking about gold prices. If I'm worried about it, I don't care what happens to it. It's just physical money that I own, because I know gold is a representation of value because it takes time, effort, and labor to mine gold, as opposed to a dollar, which just takes a second to print, and it costs 12 cents to print a $100 bill. Gold is a real representation of value. So I own it for that purpose. And it's just a hedge. It's just something that I own, and nothing happens to it, fine. It's just there.
I appreciate you sharing that. We might try and dive back in on a couple of those investment classes, maybe on a later video, if you're willing to come back here on the channel.
Absolutely.